Is up, sickos? Conor McGregor runs free. The Black Beast says, fuck that, I ain't going to racist-ass Russia. One championship risen, and much, much more. I'm Dan from Oregon. It is July 26th. We're joined today by Jay Smoothe. But real quick, guys, let's look into this shit.
Such a big deal. History, science, education, energy, everything has always been controlled by the government since day one. CIA!
Look at the time.
You figure it out. You try to figure it out.
It
No,
seems like
because when
people
they
would.
look into it, it's common sense. When you look into it,
Holy shit, everyone welcome. We got some crazy ass news today. We saw this long in advance though. But first off, everyone welcome our favorite MMA hole, Jay Smoothe.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? Happy fucking Thursday. Thirsty Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking Jay Smoothe. So Conor McGregor goes to court. We got pictures of it via Izzy on Twitter. We get news from Brett Okamoto. Conor pleads guilty to disorderly conduct, which is considered a violation in the state of New York, so not a criminal record. He will not have a criminal record. It will not affect his travel via his visa and everything. 5 days community service. He has to pay damages. He's freed up to continue his career after this. Jay Smoothe, your first thoughts?
No real surprise. Anytime a star is in any sort of legal trouble with the UFC, Dana White's always going to go above and beyond to make sure the not guilty plea comes through. But I am interested to see what all those lawsuits look like, because at least one of those fighters on that bus is going to try something. But at least in the meantime, though, we can definitely anticipate Conor, I'd say at least back in the mix for fighting. He's going to need to recoup some of those funds he lost during this whole period.
Agreed, man. They gave him the slap in the wrist here so he can return to competition. So well done, Dana White. Fucking, what else came about this? He's got a no contact order with Mike Chiesa and Ray Borg until 2020. But the man he's trying to attack, Khabib, they don't say nothing about that shit. I think
that's funny.
I might have some more quotes here. Oh,
by the way,
fighting.
I think it's interesting that Rose Namajunas says she still has nightmares about the incident, which I think is interesting. I'm surprised she wouldn't pursue charges either.
Emotional damages, work-related damages, pain and suffering. Rose is the only one who hasn't fought since, right?
That's correct.
She went in the next day, but she could just be like, that shit was signed. I was still in shock. But
she fought that night. Yeah, she fought that night, but after that, she hadn't really fought, I don't believe.
No, and she's the only one who's come out and said, this has had lasting impact on my life. Whereas,
damn, that's
fucking
crazy, bro.
Ray Borg and Mike Chiesa have both taken fights, and if you listen to Joey Diaz, he's like, nah, they fucked up. They already fucked up. They already took fights. Should have went full Ray Charles mode if you were Ray Borg. Especially with his fucking, all the things he's got going on in his life. Oh, so
right?
The actual penalty, though. Conor McGregor has been dismissed of all felony accounts. He'll do 5 days community service, pay restitution, damage to the bus, and enter anger management evaluation. And then, who else told me? Oh, and he's ordered to stay away from Borg and Chiesa until 2020. They didn't say anything about Khabib.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
They're talking about Conor, white privileged. He should be dropping the soap. Frank Bavon says John Jones, black privilege. I'll throw a Floyd Mayweather black privilege out there for you then too. John Jones never assaulted anybody, says Pulse. What are you talking about? He broke that woman's arm. That's fucking, like, I don't know. I'm not a man of the law, but that's
vehicular manslaughter. I think that's vehicular manslaughter law. But I could be wrong about that.
Vehicular assault, but is manslaughter, does that have to result in death? Or could that just be
I think that's just like it's supposed to be like a less charge than I believe attempted murder.
Yeah, but I think that results in death. I think it would be like assault with a deadly weapon, or I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Yeah, they have some weird rules if you use a car to hurt somebody. Like they have some weird, like they try to throw in vehicular assault and shit like that. So it's very weird.
Yeah, not charged with assault, only hit and run. Same here. This man was only charged with disorderly conduct. And I've been charged with disorderly conduct for impeding on traffic in the road, being drunk. But disorderly conduct just means it could be anything. You could be acting stupid while drunk. You could basically, it's like assaulting someone but with no intent is almost what it means, which is crazy because there was hell of intent here. He hopped on a plane for fucking Ireland and chased this dude down.
Especially when you take the time to go find something to throw at a bus window when Khabib refused to get off the bus. He meant to do that.
Yeah. Okay, Frank Vavon, manslaughter means on accident. Manslaughter involves death for show, says Kobe's Corner, fan of Kobe's Corner, Justice.
Okay, that does make sense.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, you got fucking... murder 1, murder 2, and then you drop from that down to manslaughter, just different severities and shit. But yeah, there's different name when they don't die. It's some sort of assault, though. So, okay, so Jay Smoothe, I like to play conspiracy theorist and all this shit, dude. I look at the schedule, the UFC schedule, and I see... What's getting booked? We got 228 getting booked. That had to get solidified because tickets go on sale probably today for newsletter folks and tomorrow for regular. So this had to be done. 230 though. 230 is 2 months away from ticket sales going on sale for that. Does this mean 229 is already signed, sealed, and delivered like we all thought? And Khabib versus Conor, they're just waiting for this shit. And eventually they're going to announce it possibly this weekend in Calgary because any smart person would be like, oh, UFC on Fox, bunch of big ratings, let's announce a fight.
Well, I can tell you this, 229 I think is already kind of, it's not finished, it's not like dead, but it's definitely finished in terms of its lineup. I think they're going to try to aim for 230 if anything because there's no confirmed main event for 230 as far as I remember. And if anything, Conor McGregor and Khabib at MSG is, I mean, that's a main event anywhere. But to hold it at Madison Square Garden, it only bolsters an already stacked card. Like, that makes it card of the year type of material. So it would only make sense that I think the UFC wanted to speed up this process to get their biggest star to main event, possibly the biggest event at the biggest venue in North America, other than the ones in Vegas.
I'm going to disagree, man. I think 229 is where he's going. I think promises were made to New York, but for some reason it's not going to go down right now. I think Conor, he sees the amount of money that they take away from him when he goes to New York because the taxes are insanely high or whatever it is. I don't know what the tax, but there's a state tax. There's no income tax in Las Vegas and in Nevada. So that's huge reasons for Conor to want to go there. The UFC's been fucking slacking off on Vegas. I don't know, but Conor was quoted after Vegas fucked him over that he wasn't going to go back. So you could be right. I could be totally wrong. It would be great for Khabib and Conor's fan base to host that shit in New York. That's another hop, skip, and a jump you got to add to get to Vegas if they're coming over the pond. So who knows?
Right,
man?
and plus, I think story-wise, if you think about it, the whole incident went down in New York. If they go right back to the state where their rivalry came to a head, I think it makes for a better story. But Of course it would. I mean, it could in Vegas either way, but I just feel like with all the significance in New York, they may try to go that route, at least as a first option. And then if that doesn't work out, 229, it'll definitely host 229.
Dude,
no question.
you're fucking on to something here. Because, okay, the UFC's got to pay Conor more, so he'll go there and take the fucking tax cut. Because the story is way better there. You're totally right. You go to you look at pictures of Conor coming out, and there's fucking media people everywhere. There's just way more folks out there in New York to snap all these shots. I like that idea. And if you think about it, every person who's been getting booked on UFC 230, no one that they've said so far, even though it could be massive just as they're building it right now, no one on there is getting pay-per-view points. And Conor wants to be on the pay-per-view by himself. He doesn't want Woodley or anyone mooching off him anymore.
Right. And it's funny you say that because for 230, I think the perfect main event would have been Woodley versus Covington, but we all saw what happened with that fight. Since that fight won't be going down, at least not at UFC 230, it only makes sense that I guess a good backup plan would have tried to get Conor in there. I think just for the fact that they need a surefire main event because Colby versus Woodley sells a lot more than Woodley versus Till. It just does. But yeah, I think with the Conor fight, just because of everything that surrounds it, the story, the background, all that crazy shit, and the fact that it'll bring in a whole new wave of fans, just like with every Conor fight. It's just too big of a stage to not at least try to put it together. So I think they're going to at least try to do it for 230.
Yes. That leaves 229 just fucking off to the pasture, basically. It's gonna get an Ortega interim or belt or whatever. Maybe if Stevens, they're gonna see what happens this weekend. If Stevens can get a quick W, they'll be like, dude, he just won on Fox. We're gonna force him to fucking turn around in a month and face you. But yeah, all right, let's jump off this Conor shit real quick. What's the chat saying? Frank Vaughn, he don't need the belt, in my opinion. Conor's brand is through the roof. Oh, for sure. Habib, McGregory, and DC is a co-main, 229, or the main on 230.
Yeah, I can see that.
But DC's got a broken hand right now. November?
Frank does make a good point. Colby isn't exactly a draw yet, but if you put him on that stage where he's fighting for a championship against Woodley, he can at least draw up enough interest to kind of at least not make himself a total draw, but definitely bring his numbers up a bit. But obviously, that's like it was a good like backup fight, I think, or at least a good backup plan. But they decided to rush that fight, which I don't get, or at least rush Woodley back.
It all stemmed from Nunes and Cyborg. Nunes and Cyborg fucked this whole shit up. You know what it is? Fucking Nina Ansaroff. She's always over there talking. She's like, I'm not really fighting. Amanda's fighting, and I just focus on her career. So she's in there. Okay, what's the biggest payday we can get? Because I crunched the numbers on this September card. It averages over the last 5 years only like 230K pay-per-views. So it's not the best-selling card of the year. It's the first football sports weekend, or the first or second one, so everyone's paying attention to football and shit, And so you just look at it, and it's not the big one to get on, because what did Cyborg do? Cyborg signed this one, and she said she'd come back like even next card. And Amanda's like, no, we're hopping on the New Year's card. Like, give me that one that we think's gonna be massive. We know they're not going to give us New York, but yeah, we'll try to get that. Raiders says Cyborg and Nunes will never fight. Fuck! Then let's fucking move on, dude. Nunes, come back and defend your 135-pound belt. And Cyborg, let's throw a can at you. Jesus.
Might as well. I mean, considering the fact that these two have been in limbo with this fight for some time, it's kind of getting ridiculous now. I think it's evident that Nunes doesn't want to fight.
Nunes is holding out for a big fight. Woodley was holding out for a big fight. McGregor holding out for a big fight. Fucking goddamn, this shit is ruining the fandom of the UFC.
It's really fucking everything up, man. It's fucking the way things normally should go, but haven't recently.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Well, let's move on, man. Alexander Volkov comes out and says, it seems like the only way for me to get a fight in Moscow is to call to fight the Black Beast. Derek, what do you say? This is at 4 a.m. a day ago. Black Beast response, black man in Moscow, fuck that, come to the USA. Jay Smoothe as our black correspondent, what do you think? Is Derek spot on here?
Well, it's an interesting thing to say considering the fact that he once fought as a Zagreb, and last time I checked, there aren't any black people in Zagreb that I know of, so I don't know why he would say that.
Dude, they sent him up to bumfuck Canada, too. Remember that?
Exactly. Oh, that's right.
When so he fought Shamila Dugirov. I love it listening to the Black Beast pronounce that guy's name. He's like, whatever the fuck.
Oh, man. He's funny, but it's just like he's in weird places before, so to have him say that is kind of surprising. At least to me it is.
Hilarious
or
response.
Maybe it was.
I think fucking the Black Beast needs to heal up, dude. He needs to quit eating fast food, which I'll do it with you, Derek. Let's do this shit. And
right.
Get the stem cells in his back. They're going to send him off to Germany or wherever the fuck. Let's get him in better fucking physical condition, because I like him when he's in better shape, not when his back's hurting. Like earlier on.
Yeah, man, because, it's weird, because every time he throws leg he did against Ngannou, I just cringe, because you know how fucked up his back is. It's just like, why are you doing that to yourself? Just fucking use your hands. Crazy shit.
Felony will fight Volkov in Russia. Says
I was just about to read that. See, Felony doesn't give a fuck. He'll definitely do that shit.
He'll play out the gimmick, dude. Be like, all right, you just get like 3 times the amount of security that you think you're going to need, because I'm going to get fucking crazy.
Right. Oh, shit. He's going to get crazy. He's going to call people out. He's probably going to offend more than half of the crowd in the process.
I love it. I love it. Who else was high up there in the rankings, if not Volkov? Cain Velasquez, who was recently seen healthy. Would they send him off to a Fight Pass event? I doubt it.
I mean, the last time I heard about Cain Velasquez, he's training to become a WWE wrestler. I don't think his fighting days are even... I don't even think he's going to fight anymore, to be honest.
Only time will tell.
Yeah, I think that ship might have sailed, man. Especially now that DC's at heavyweight, I think that confirms the ship has sailed, at least for now.
God damn. Where are we going? Rankings. Okay.
Oh, that's right. The MMA just reminded me. Felony is fighting in a bare knuckle fight. I almost forgot about that.
Now, is that the one that was on Fight Pass earlier, or is this the new promotion?
Yeah. This is the BKB, the bare knuckle boxing promotion. Yeah.
He's fighting there. Is coming back on that card too, right?
Yep. Somebody else is fighting. That's a name that I cannot think of at the moment, but yeah. I believe he's one of them. Yeah.
Steve Sparks dropping in the knowledge too. It's in Mississippi now, bare knuckle in Mississippi, because the dude came out and did an interview. Maybe Ben Folks was talking about it. He said he had talked to plenty of commissions about it, getting it sanctioned. Montana was the only one to say they'll do it for the first time. But there was plenty other commissions that said, you go somewhere else first, and then we'll do it. But we just can't be the first. We can't do it. And so, boom, Mississippi, Montana. What other M states are going to be doing it? I don't know. Or
It's
no.
probably gonna be
Wyoming
yeah,
is where it was,
probably-
right? Wyoming.
Yeah, it was in Wyoming. It was some. It was either Wyoming or Idaho. It was one of those fucking states up there in the mountain.
All right. Okay, let's jump back over to the UFC. Man, they clog a lot of your bandwidth, it seems like. Oh, fuck.
Is it?
Where are the heavyweights? Right there. Stipe Miocic? He ain't going to Fight Pass. What about
Nah.
Curtis
definitely wants that
Blades?
shit.
Curtis Blades is holding out for that title shot. Him versus
I was
Volkov.
about to say, that would be a good fight. Blades is not currently injured, is he? Because I keep seeing rumors that he was. I hope he's not. If he's not, he can definitely take that fight.
Shit, they already got Mark Hunt, and that's rumored as the main event. So what is Volkov even talking about? He wants to come in and face someone else and let Mark Hunt and Alexei Olnick main event over them. That's crazy. I guess it's not.
That is crazy. I don't understand that decision.
Bare knuckle is gimmicky. I'm sure I can get free BKB fights, filming backyards, and black hoods. Right, Jay Smoothe? Says Kenshiro. What? Oh, Chris Levin versus Phil Baroni are also fighting in bare knuckle for the
What the
CTE
fuck?
title.
I didn't know Phil.
No, I think that's the one that's in a different promotion, Drunk Savage. I could be wrong here, though.
Oh, shit.
Anyhow, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Moscow. I thought there'd be way more Russians versus the world on this card. And
Right. Well, actually, it's funny because if you're going to hold a card like this in Moscow and you just started a partnership with M1, don't you think this is the time you have to fill that card up? I mean, you would think.
Wait, say again? You cut out a little bit.
I said, oh, my bad. I said, since they're having that card in Moscow, don't you think it would be smart to start poaching M1 Global now that they have a partnership with them? I mean, they're going to need some Russian people to fill that card up after all.
They got one guy named Adam something. He runs a fight or die gym over there. He hasn't fought since like 2015 or 2016, but he's one of the previous M1 champions that is one of the first ones to get feeded over. I'll have to look up the card.
That is interesting.
1 second. What else we got here for news, though? Jim Miller versus Alex White is set for UFC 228 in Dallas.
I feel like that's a name I haven't come across before.
Is it Alex the Great White or some shit like that? Let me know in the chat. I feel like that's right.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about him, but hey, this is WME. This is feed the old to the young. That's what we're doing here. Jay Smoothe, you look at the Fight Pass prelims because we watch them. A lot of these guys look like the UFC guys that they just want gone. They want to run out your contract and get you gone, get you out of here. Fucking Jessica Aguilar, they're throwing on Fight Pass prelims. That shit's crazy. And there's so many other people though. And then you see the brand new guys that are coming off Dana White's Contender Series. They're getting FS1 slots and shit like that. So yeah, I can definitely see like a push out of kind of some of the old guys. But there's too many contracts, right?
Way too many at this point. They haven't trimmed any fat, at least not that we've seen, because I don't remember the last time massive cut of fighters, if you think about it.
We don't hear about it much anymore. Alright, so it's this dude without a Wikipedia. Adam Yandiv. And you look him up on fucking Tapology. We got Riveting Radio. This guy's nickname is Beard. Adam Beard Yadiv. 9-0.
Oh man, that's kind of a. I don't know. That's not the best name, but fuck it. He's 9-0. It works for him.
What's he look like? He looks like Manny Gambirian, Ilir Latifi type guy. Who does he look like? He looks like one of the current fighters. He's got a powerful chin strap beard though.
He looks like he trained in sand bunkers before he even fought in cages. Like, I would say definitely Latifi mixed with maybe Bilal Muhammad, somebody like that.
Look, this Fight or Die, that's his gym. He's the co-founder of this shit.
Oh, shit.
So I don't know what he's done, but has he just been running a gym the past fucking 3 years? He's 30 years old. Last weighed in at 193.
Jesus. And he fights at what? Wait.
I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to click the back button. He's fighting Christoph Jocko, so it'll be about 185 pounds. He last fought, what is that? October of 2015. This guy.
Actually, Chris makes a good point. Bellator, the MMA host says Bellator did a great job bringing the Russians to the mainstream. Some of them killers. Yes, they are actually. Fucking Andrei Korshkov is like the first name I think of.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's actually my favorite to win the fucking welterweight Grand Prix that they got. I think he's gonna win it.
And Koreshkov? Really? Well, because fucking...
Yeah, I'm picking Koreshkov.
Rory barely got by him with all of those fucking leg kicks. He almost got taken out.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, man. I think Koreshkov is going to come back a lot better this time around. And if him and Roy do fight, I think Roy's in trouble. A lot of people count out Koreshkov, though. And I used to be one of them.
Mm-hmm. No, man, we had to see these other guys go over there. It's like, hey, Benson Henderson, you want to fight Koreshkov? It's like, sure. I fought a big guy before. Who did he fight? that dude out of Colorado from RFA. That was pretty fucking big.
Oh, shit. Oh, I know who you're talking about. I
forget his name right now.
He's old, right? Or is he still kind of young in the game?
I don't know. He's not in the UFC anymore. They cut his ass. I'm thinking like Branch or something, but it's not Branch.
Was it Cody East? That guy that had that checkered pass?
No.
Okay.
There's that tall, lengthy, black-haired, white dude. Fucking.
Oh, I don't know who the fuck that is.
He got choked the hell out by Benson over in South Korea in the main event.
Oh, Masvidal. Fuck.
No, not Masvidal. Way bigger than that. Way bigger than that. It was like a David versus Goliath match. They had this guy.
You said Benson Henderson fought him in Korea, right?
Yeah. Fuck.
Why do I think that's Masvidal? Fuck. Why do I think that's Masvidal?
No one in the chat was dropping it. I was looking. Benson Henderson. Oh, we got more news to get to. Stay tuned.
Oh shit! I don't know why I thought it was him. I can't think of who else he would have fought. Wait, was it
Brandon Thatch was his name.
Oh, that mother. Oh, that guy. Fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute.
There
I
we
couldn't
go.
think of his fucking name. It had to be either. I thought Masvidal, but then I was thinking about the other guy, and I was like, fuck. I couldn't remember. He lost. Didn't he miss weight for that fight?
Fuck, Thatch? I don't know. He was 11-1 at the time, but it was at 170 pounds. I don't know if he missed weight. I'll click on it right here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember him. I remember the name, but I don't remember too much. I think he was out of team. He was in that team in Colorado, though.
Yep, and he was the RFA guy. Anyhow, he lost to Benson, Gunner, then some Russian guy, I think, Badazahada, and then Price. Oh shit. How do you see if they miss weight? Fucking Tapology, man. I gotta like click this plus button. It says he weighed in 170. No, so he didn't miss weight. Anyways,
Okay.
what else we got here for news today? Oh, the Style Bender responding to Derek Brunson's call out. And he went fucking full out, dude. Made like a video, edited it with cuts and shit, making fun of him. And he's got like 2,000 likes on it right now. So a little production goes a long way. If you guys haven't seen it, check out this video. My shit's too fucking glitchy for that nonsense.
Is that fight made official? It should be. So at this point, MSG is starting to look like a middleweight showcase card.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like nothing but middleweight fights so far, like that I can think of. Unless there's some that we're missing on the back end. But it's mostly middleweight fights.
But yeah, hopefully Rockhold and Weidman comes through. I don't know if those motherfuckers are holding out for money or what they think they're doing, though, because how that card's getting stacked so far, you better just sign the fucking contract, because they'll skip over your ass, man. Send you on to the next card.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the card to really cash out on, no matter what your spot is on it, because it's so many so many good fights, and plus it's at Madison Square Garden. That card is always going to sell out.
Fucking A. But Israel Adesanya,
Dan Flynn says that Perry versus Cerrone is on 2:30 as well. I forgot all about that. Fuck.
Holy shit. No, it's not. That's on the Denver card.
Oh, is it? Oh, shit.
I'm pretty damn sure. Steve Sparks says I thought it was on Denver right there. Yeah, I'm with you, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I see Steve Sparks
They announced
saying
two big ones. It was Frankie Edgar, Ching Sung Jong, and Perry
and Cowboy. I remember that. Oh, wait. Yeah. You are right. It is. He says, yeah, you're right. It is on the Denver card.
That's what you get when that's all you do. Pay attention to MMA all day. So Derek, I love Israel Adesanya, dude. We just gotta read this shit. Derek shit-stained balls Brunson. Your Skid Row # bump fight style drunken wrestling bootleg Chuck Norris technique has no power here. Crying face, fuck you. Fuck, he is so cringe when he tries to smack talk. Just shh.
Oh.
I got this. Get the strap. Oh my God. People who keep talking shit about this guy and how he needs to be like more PC and shit. I hope you go to fucking hell. I straight up hope you do. This is exactly what we need. This is what the sport needs.
Absolutely, man. Oh shit, we need more of this cringy type shit.
Okay, so this guy's undefeated. Let's say the UFC smartened up, made Woodley versus Till.
Mm-hmm.
Till somehow starches him. I got no idea how, but that's what happens. Who is exactly up next? Could you see them asking Israel Adesanya? They're like, hey, we know you don't cut weight, bro. You versus Till, two undefeated guys. Stand-up bout at middleweight. Could be the best thing ever. What do you think?
It could be, but like, wouldn't that be rushing Adesanya a little bit if they tried to do that? I mean, granted, it would be a very interesting fight, given that both of them are stand-up artists, and you have basically a Muay Thai fighter versus a kickboxer. But that might be too soon for Adesanya. Just a little too soon for him.
I don't know, man. I think he's got 175 pounds written all over him, and so you're telling me. Look at the welterweight rankings, or in your mind, whatever. He beats Woodley, and he beats him convincingly. And in the meantime, they made it at 175. The Angels came out, whatever. They made it happen. So Colby's no option. He's down there at 165. He's got some matchup already made. So you're looking at Usman or is there Adesanya? Or who else would be high up there on the list at 175?
Fuck.
Because Lawler
Well,
isn't coming off a win.
right, he's out of it.
I guess you got Ben Askren
Fuck.
floating out there somewhere. But that isn't exciting. If you're Darren Till, you're like, give me the fucking strikers. All I want's the hitters.
The real question is, though, how long can Darren Till let weight class? He's a middleweight. He's a middleweight.
Yeah.
He can make probably 175, but the man went blind trying to make 174. You know what I mean? And that was just against Wonder Boy. So how long can Till really stay at this weight class?
So what was the full story there? Because before all of this, he made 170 on the dot in the UFC, I believe, 2 or 3 times. So like it's possible for him. Just everything has to go correctly. And a couple of times now, things haven't, maybe not even just like injury wise, your own bullshit, personal bullshit you got going on ain't going awesome. Shit happens. I'm totally there with you, but
Right.
I totally subscribe to the mindset. You ain't the champ, unless you beat the champ, but also you got to defend your belt once to really solidify it. So I really want to see people defend it, boom, and then bounce off if that's really what you're gonna do. Frank Pavon says 4 times he made 170 on the dot. He missed it twice.
Missed it twice. Okay, so
Steve Sparks, I don't think Adesanya can make 175. You're out of your mind, dude. That guy cuts like 0 weight, from what I hear.
it is with Till with this last weight cut. He was half blind. He laid on the floor for a very long time. He looked like a person that was about to suffer from renal failure and kidney failure. Like, it looked really fucked up. So I think his body is definitely at the closing stages of 170. If anything, and this is what concerns me about the fight with Woodley. The fight will probably happen, but it's not going to be for the belt. It's going to be a non-title, like what they did with Whitaker when Romero weighed in at 186. I feel like it's going to be the same shit.
Okay, so Till misses weight. Dana
Right.
comes out and says, we're still looking at it as the real belt. It's only 0.5 pounds, or it's only 5 pounds. he's already set the precedent, right? And then he'll come out so he weighs in at like 174 again. And he said, "Oh, you know what? The whole time I wanted to make 165s, 175s. That's why Colby didn't fight Woodley. That's why he's fighting someone else. Like, he would totally switch it up, He would jump all over it."
If he really wanted to put on his best Don King face in front of the media, that's exactly what he would do. But I feel like he doesn't quite have it in him. He has the ability to be a snake, but I don't think he's that diabolical. Because that actually would be a smart way to get out of it. He could say, "This is an example." Like, just use him as an example.
Yes. Woodley already said he'll still fight.
Oh, okay,
Till.
so yeah, I was just about to say that. So he'll still fight him, but the thing is, it won't be for the belt. Because he won't make championship weight. They won't give you the belt if you weigh in at 171, or at least they won't let you challenge for it.
Man, I just think this is... I don't know who the odds makers are and why they're giving Till such a big shot in this fight. I think it's not gonna go his way. He's got, in my mind, like, he's negative 300 at least. And we're going to ruin this guy's undefeated record. He already kind of lost once to Dolby, and they gave him the draw. And now we're just going to take away, and kind of just lost to Wonder Boy, right? We're going to,
Right.
I guess they say, because they did this before with Ronda Rousey, they're like, fuck it, if we don't do it now, the zero's going to go. And we want our champion to take out the zero. Because they did that to Ronda for a while with Betch Kohara and everything, and then I thought after Holly Holm basically lost to Raquel Pennington, they're like, oh, we got to rush this bitch. We got to throw her in there. And then that backfired on their ass.
Oh, man, that is a good point.
Oh, shit.
I don't know why. Oh, what's up?
Frank Bavon says, laugh my ass off if Woodley misses weight. Oh, shit.
Oh man, that would be something if it actually happened though.
Oh, 1
They'll,
year out?
they'll probably have to take the belt off of him. Yeah, they would have to take the belt off of him right there if he did it.
Yup.
Even though they wouldn't do that, but they should.
Oh, shit.
Especially after all that time away.
Yeah. Fucking A. Anyhow, man. Jake Matthews is out here calling out Sage Northcutt. And Jake Matthews is just one of the people on my 165's list that I have not gotten verbal acceptance that he would actually make the weight. And here he comes in. I said, Mr. Matthews, acting like Sage Northcutt, would you accept the fight versus Sage at a much-needed 165 pounds? He says 165, 170, 155, 185, whenever he chooses. And so I like this guy's mentality, man.
Good shit. At least he's willing to fight the guy.
Yeah, and he's looking good since losing to James Vick. He's looked real good, I thought. And James Vick
Steve Spark says Sage doesn't want that smoke. He's right though.
Hell yeah, he don't want that smoke. They're picking
Sage's daddy won't let him take that fight. Fuck it.
No, they go to the UFC, they say, let me see your 170-pound roster. And then they pick the lowest ranked guy on the list, and they say, give me that one. That's where they're picking their guys from, man. 155, 170, that's where they're coming from. But boom, Jake Matthews, add him to the list.
Fuck it, why not?
165.
You have the proof right there. You have his acceptance, so you might as well add him to the list.
Dude, I've got half of my 15, my top 15 has already accepted and said yes. We need to start like a petition, bro. I know that this isn't the government or anything, but we need to start a goddamn initiative.
You know what? You know what I would do? I would sit back and I would wait for somebody who's notorious for missing weight to end up actually dying during a weight cut, and then right when it happens, just send that shit out on Twitter and watch it blow up and go viral.
Fuck. I don't want to have to wait until that day.
I know it sucks, man, but that's the thing. You got to jump on it. Like, as soon as you see the fighter being dragged off the scale and near death with her kidney shutting down, just start sending that shit and retweeting it everywhere.
Okay, so all we need a Darren Till to run his own Champ Camp series, so we get some back fucking door footage of what's really going on. Because wasn't it was Darren Till's own fucking, what do you want to call him? Advertiser or fucking whatever that released the video, wasn't it? Of him cutting weight?
Yep, it was him and his people that put that video out there. And he talked about it himself, I believe. I could be wrong there, but I think he did talk about it a little bit himself.
I mean, he wasn't the first. Cyborg, she put out the video. And that was one of the videos that reached the casuals for the first time. The people that didn't really know nothing about weight cutting and what it might look like. That was the first time we got glimpses of it.
And then Joanna Jędrzejczyk actually put out a video of her screaming in agony in a fucking bathtub and shit. I remember that. I think that was her weight cut for when she fought Carolina, I think. Either Carolina or Rose. It was one of the two.
Oh, yeah. And then after that, blamed them for the fucking all the bad recommendations and everything.
Like, fired her nutritionist right after she lost the belt.
Gonna have a lot of quality experience by the time he's in his late 20s. Who are they talking about? Oh, Sage or somebody.
Sage.
But this guy's young as fuck too. Jake Matthews is young as hell. And he says, "Is Tony cleared?" Did you see the video of Tony fucking on the springs and shit?
Tony doesn't give a fuck, man. He's doing way too much when he's not even supposed to. Like, it's one thing to do all that, but I guess with the timetable, he's doing it way too soon.
Yeah,
almost like
he's trying to one up GSP and those guys. I could do it quicker. What's that one? You seen that movie, My Cousin Vinny, Jay Smoothe? It's like, you telling me that just magically in your house you can cook grits faster than anybody can boil grits? Tony Ferguson, your fucking body, you're Wolverine enough to where you could just heal up quicker than anybody else.
And mind you, the way he heard it was the dumbest shit ever. He tripped over a fucking television cord.
Right?
How the fuck does your knee explode from tripping over a cord? I've never heard of that shit in my life. I've tripped over cords and fucked my knee up, but all I did was scrape it. I didn't, my knee didn't fucking explode and shit. I don't know how the fuck you pull that off.
Did you see, Chael Sonnen came out and said, though, that, 2 other people have been injured on this specific cord because of how it's camouflaged. Some other dude, fucked up his back real bad. He could totally be making it up and totally be covering for Tony. I have no idea. But that's the story that Chael told.
Sounds like cover up to me.
All right.
Post Resurrected says a TV cord. That's bullshit. UFC is hiding something. He's calling bullshit there. He thinks they might be hiding something. Oh fuck.
Yo, sorry everyone's ears if I just blew them the fuck out. I just did mine. That was crazy.
I didn't hear it. I mean, I did. I heard something, but it didn't blow my ears out.
All right, good. All right, go watch fucking Tony's Instagram and Twitter, though. This guy's fucking insane.
Kenshiro says a lot of people tripped on that same cord on Fox.
Yeah, that's the story. That's the story on the streets, shit. I guess.
Wow.
Wait, maybe they should move the fucking cord, right? Or dig a fucking hole and bury that bitch, dude. Get the jackhammer in there. What are you doing? We're going into the concrete to fucking bury this bitch.
Oh, shit. You need to have some sort of setup where it's underground and not out in the fucking open like they're at amateur hour or some shit.
Yeah. Three Stooges dumb. R.I.P. One-Eyed Billy. Say what? Alright, what else we got here? So Jay Smoothe may or may not be joining me crazy early tomorrow morning. Guys, this shit's hours away. Let me pull up the card, show you. So Martin Nguyen is he's got 2 belts right now. He's going for the 3rd at bantamweight. I'm not sure how one has no weight cutting, Jay Smoothe, yet the lightweight became the featherweight champion and is challenging for the bantamweight championship for a 2nd time. But one championship has no weight cutting.
What?
Correct.
Hold up. So, how the fuck does that work? What?
Possibly he was featherweight. Wait. I think he was featherweight and then got the lightweight championship. And then he came down and says, I want the bantamweight. So he's in the middle. I got it a little wrong.
What type of circus shit is that? I didn't know you could do that in Asia.
I don't know. He's 29 years of age. 143.5 pounds. So bantamweight is 145s now. But did he do it legitly? Like he just shredded a bunch of muscle mass?
That sounds suspicious. Sounds very fishy. I don't like how that sounds. I think that owner might be up to some weird shit.
God damn it. Tapology, your shit sucks now. Okay, so yeah, he's featherweight. And then title challenge at featherweight, gets it. Next fight, title challenge at 155 and choked out. No, he knocked out Eduardo Fola-Yang, who's on this card. Fights Bibiano Fernandez at 135 and lost a split decision. Goes back to 145, wins a split decision over Christian Lee, who was kind of one of their up-and-comers. Isn't that Angela Lee's brother as well, Christian?
Sounds familiar. Might be.
But now, I got no idea what's going on here. Bibiano Fernandez is your 135's champ, and these guys are fighting for an interim belt. Does anyone know what the hell is going on? Jay Smoothe.
That sounds like some shady ass shit right there. Some weird Asian circus type shit. I don't know why you have a guy who, I guess what, he already holds 2 belts, right? Said he already holds 2 belts?
Yeah, correct.
Why the fuck would he need a third one when they already have a champion in that weight class? My guess is they probably plan on doing something to the current champion right now that we're not going to know about. Like I said, sounds like some shady business shit right there.
The man we're talking about, though, Bibiano Fernandez, was rumored to have, 6 months or a year ago, signed a new contract with ONE FC after shopping around and getting an offer from the UFC. And, quote-unquote, the rumor is that ONE Championship gave him a better offer, though. Since then, he's only fought, I think, this one time.
Oh, so somebody's salty. That's probably why they're taking the belt off of.
Ooh, that's crazy. How do you keep someone under contract doing that? I feel like that's a breach of contract.
Well, I think it's torture. They don't want to fire him, but they want to fuck with him. You know what I mean?
He's getting the Eddie Alvarez treatment.
Yeah, they don't want to get rid of him, so they're just gonna fuck around with him. And they said, "All right, fuck you. We'll show you. Yeah, we'll show you how to act." That's what somebody has a fucking vendetta with that guy.
So the ONE Championship is live in about 18 hours or so. Get the countdown right on the app.
It's going to be on YouTube as well, right? I assume.
Okay, so here's the deal. This is what you do. You get the app on your phone, and then when it's on, you click the live button and you open it up. And then it gives you a stream through YouTube that you can't search and find on YouTube. So once you open it on the ONE Championship app, you can click on the little YouTube icon, and then it'll open it in your YouTube app. From there, what I do is I go on my TV, I go to history, and then boom, I can click right on it. Since I've already watched it. And that's how I get it on the big screen. Some other people will post links every once in a while, but that's how I do it. That's how I get it done. Oh, shit.
Oh, we have a good... Oh, hold on. We have a good question. Poirier versus Alvarez. Who y'all got? Who are you going with?
Oh, fuck. Alvarez is fighting out his deal. He's fighting out his contract right now, and so I'd like to see him get a W. I don't know. I thought he had the momentum towards the end of that fight. I think he was maybe going to take out fucking Poirier. Dude, I don't know. That's fucking a close one. I might actually lean Poirier and take the L here because Alvarez will prove me wrong. What are you thinking,
I'm
Jay?
probably going to... Yeah. I mean, I was thinking Poirier early this week, but as we approach the fight, I'm probably going to lean more toward Alvarez. Because, like you said, Alvarez seems to... Other than the Conor fight where he looked like a complete fucking amateur, like you said, he's often just above an occasion, especially when he's in deep trouble. He was in deep trouble against Poirier in the first fight, and he came back until he threw that illegal knee on the ground. But still, you can't count Eddie out. He's not one that's going to fade early. He's somebody that's going to grind out with you, and he's going to go through hell and back like he proved in the Gaethje fight. So, guy that tough and that crazy, you have to go with you got to go with Eddie on that one.
Damn. Very convincing argument, Jay. I'm glad I haven't put in my picks yet.
Aldo,
this has got
so,
free on Fox written all over it, right? Throw this to the people who never watch the sport.
I know, right?
Give me You Wanna Violence. The Canadian Gangster.
That's not bad, actually. Aldo versus Stevens? Oh, shit. Damn. I'm going to go with Stevens. I might go Stevens on that one.
I am going to go Stevens as well. Kevin Iole told me he's going to be the next big star in UFC. I'm waiting to cash in on that shit, Kevin. Still waiting to cash in.
I was about to say, I think we've been counting that for a little while now, but at this, like, he has a better opportunity to fight for the belt now than he ever has in his career, so I think he's going to have extra hunger and incentive for this, where Jose Aldo already has 1 foot out the door. I'm going to go Stevens on that one.
Exactly. I agree for all the reasons you just said. Drunk Savage dropped probably the best line of the chat so far. Hopefully Eddie's wife is banned from the building. You can always hear that chick on the broadcast. God damn, man.
It's like a long, drawn-out Eddie. Like, she holds the E, and it's just like, it sounds like a drunk woman screaming for her fucking boyfriend or something. God damn.
Shit. Kyle Johnson says, I'm not usually one for Woman Crush Wednesday, but Rena returns at Risen 11, the body-snatching, heart-winning queen of Shooto boxing. She lights up MMA with her chick finishes and a smile. Her rematch, or whatever this guy's saying. But watch this highlight here of Rena. She's got a rematch against that chick. They did a tournament the last time I watched Risen on New Year's Eve. And she ended up losing to this chick. And she's the hometown girl, so they said, let's run that shit back. So this is worth watching over at Risen. And also, Horiguchi fighting on the fucking card.
That's right. Isn't that the same card that Gomi and Lars is on, or is that a different one?
Same one. And Chris Hunt says,
that's...
was someone asked me
I'm
if I'm going to stay up all night to watch Risen. It's like, what am I going to do? Say no? Hell, he's totally right here. Yeah, so Horiguchi, Gomi taking on Gallard. Oh, Diego Brandao. We're going to see if he's going to jump out of the cage again. The powerful Ren Nakai. Go watch some of her videos. Go back to, who was it? Pancrase posted crazy-ass videos of her, man. I was just watching some of them earlier.
It's weird. Like, her pimp shoots that video. I'm pretty sure when that camera goes off, he beats the shit out of her. Like, it's a very weird Stockholm Syndrome situation now.
Do you see the one where she's a bunny? Crazy. She's in the bunny costume?
Yeah, but like, the look on her face is a look of a woman that was just kidnapped. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that?
Yo, have you guys ever seen Dana White hit the punching bag before Manny and Floyd, and he registered a 1? I've never saw this shit before.
I never saw it either, actually.
Be my score, you better sign me to UFC.
Oh, we got some noise.
Oh, he went into the match.
I'm not sure if that's a joke or what that is.
He can't punch for shit.
That's goddamn right. The Ring of Kings live on Twitter. There's going to be some live fights on Twitter, but if you got the app, you can watch them live there as well. So One Championship is going to be tomorrow morning, Calgary on Saturday, and then after that, later on in the evening or early in the morning, it's going to be Risen. Only the hardcores will make it to the Risen. Oh, and Gary Tonin and Renzo Gracie are going to be on One Championship. So, Jay, you got to come join me for that shit, man.
Why the fuck is Renzo Gracie fighting at age, 51?
I have no idea.
Where did they find him? Which dojo did they find his buried in? I didn't even know he was still around.
Like $500,000? That's probably what I'd say he's doing it for.
Wow, I can't believe they pay. Well, I guess if your name's Gracie, they'll pay enough money no matter how good or bad you are.
Well, think about Renzo, dude. Renzo's academy is in New York City. There's like almost no chance he's fucking hard pressed for cash or something, you know. They had to offer him something good.
Yeah, I imagine they'd have to give him something to get
Between
him.
$250,000 to $500,000, I would say.
Yeah, probably that. Wouldn't surprise me. Drunk
Shit.
Savage says, "Thank God that fight between Dana and Tito never happened because he would have been killed."
Hey,
Oh shit!
where would the sport be though if that had happened? One of the
If
Fertitas
that had,
stepped forward. Who knows?
I think Tito would have been the president of the UFC after knocking Dana out. I mean, that's what you do, right? When Caesar got slaughtered, who took over? Like you gotta look. I guess you gotta look at it like that.
God damn right. Well, Jay Smoothe, that's all the news I got today. Anything you want to hit on?
Oh yeah, let me ask you before you go. At this Fox card, we didn't talk about JJ and Tisha.
Okay.
Who do you think wins that? Who do you think wins that fight, real quick? What is your pick for that? I'm a little split here, kind of split, because even though JJ is, she's still one of the best stand-up strikers in that weight class. Her grappling has a lot to be desired, and we all know Tisha's not going to stand with her. It's going to be a striker versus grappler type matchup if you think about it.
Oh yeah, and it's only 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Fuck. That does
So it's
not
like, who do you? Yeah, that's the
go
thing,
well
man. I'm
for
like,
Joanna.
yeah, it's like it seems like Joanna's the wise pick, but I think about the fact that it's 3-round fight, and Tisha in 3-round fights likes to grind it out. So, like, which way do you go?
Fuck, I'll pick Joanna split decision victory. She keeps her off just enough to get the W, hopefully. Maybe it'll be like round 2 and 3. She'll get taken down in round 1, but she'll come away with it by staying on the outside.
That's a good way to look at it. I have to be honest. I'm split on this because we all
I
know
don't
how
blame
good.
you, man.
I'm so split. I'm probably not going to have a pick until tomorrow, most likely. But I'm trying to ponder who I would pick, and I just can't pick one.
Torres fought a pretty damn close fight with Rose Namajunas not too long ago, and then has recently been training with Rose in preparation for this fight. And because we all know that the winner of Kovacevic and Jessica Andrade is who's going to get the next title shot.
Who do you think's going to win that, by the way, just out of curiosity?
Oh, I got to go Andrade.
Same here. Poor Carolina.
But Carolina surprised me. She surprised the fuck out of me when she fought Rose the first time. That was surprising. And then after that, who did she take out? Or no, I'm thinking of Bullet Shevchenko after that. Never mind.
BOT says that her stomach looks like a turtle shell 24/7.
Torres?
Yeah, fucking. Oh shit.
Yo, and there's some Road to the Octagon or something. So if you guys want to get hyped up for this shit, there's an hour promo video, whatever, 42 minutes, that you can go watch. Some Fox special that they did. Man, I'm excited for this. I love the early cards, Jay Smoothe. We're going to get in, get out, and 8 fights on Fox. I would say, I don't know, these top 4 are really the only ones that really matter on this card.
You're right about that. I mean, the whole card itself is not bad, but the main Fox cards, I mean, you can literally put that on a pay-per-view and it wouldn't do bad. But the fact that we're getting it on Fox, on free fucking TV, is amazing. It's some amazing shit.
I love it. This is what they should have been doing the whole time. They should have been using Fox to its real potential. This is your marketing tool. Put your big, exciting stars on there, and then snag them over into your pay-per-view realm, if that's how you're going to do it. But you can't just do it how you've been doing it, UFC. I like this. I like this Fox card. We'll be starting off with the Fight Pass and Chill from the very early prelims. Who knows where the co-host will be? I might run Jay Smoothe into the water with the one championship, but hopefully you'll be back.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Saturday you could definitely put me in. Friday I'll let you know though, but Saturday you can count me in. If you're looking for a co-host.
So Calgary is a lock. One championship, Ring of Kings. We shall see. And then Risen this weekend. That's all I got for today, though. I'm out of here. Jay Smoothe.
Peace.
Later,
Good seeing
sickos.
you all. Later, motherfuckers. Have a good one.